Monument. We're going to be walking up right outside where the Barcelona fans are split. Just thought I would start it off right up here. So this road was closed off a little while ago. We have just been live on the Newcastle Supporters Worldwide Facebook page. We've been on there for about half an hour. If you do want to catch that live, you can go on where we were walking from St James's Park up. But here we go from here. So we can see the police presence is kind of already around. Now, one of the most popular videos on our channel was the PSG Ultras coming through here, and also the Bayern Munich, I think it was Bayern Munich, wasn't it? Coming through. It must flares must have been let off since it was last year. You can see the smoke a little bit. There's a mix of Newcastle fans and Barcelona fans already. What's absolutely fantastic about Newcastle is the fact that if you go to maybe Chelsea or some of the London clubs or across the world, if you go to an away game, there's a lot of trouble, a lot of places and bars you cannot go into. Here in Newcastle, we'll see around when we go around the corner, because I've just come from there. There are Barcelona fans, Newcastle fans in the same bars, having cervezas, having some Newcastle brown ale together, and it is fantastic to see. This is what football should be all about. We were speaking to some of the fans on the Newcastle Supporters Worldwide Facebook page before this. A lot of Barcelona fans very, very confident. Some predicting 5-0, some predicting 3. I've never had... there was one Barcelona fan, actually, who predicted a draw. But about the 6 or 7 that we were speaking to before we've done this live, everyone from Barcelona was very, very confident this was going to be a demolition. One of the questions we were asking as well is, who would you have from the Newcastle United squad into Barcelona? And we had a very few of them from Barcelona saying we would not have one person. They're not being cocky when they said that. They stressed that before and said we're not cocky, but there's literally no one that we would have. No Tonali, no Bruno, prompted them on that, and there wasn't anyone. So here we go. Obviously the police presence all around, but there we are. People wrapped in Barcelona shirts, having cervezas and beers right next to Newcastle fans. Look at this. Absolutely magical. This is how it should be. Right, so we're at Monument. This is where all of the away fans... Oh, there's a spelling mistake, sorry. They're literally flying from doing one live to another. You have to forgive the spelling mistake. I'm not going to go back and change it now, because we're right in the mix. We are right in the mix with the Barcelona fans. You see the police presence get a little bit more when we get around here. You can hear the chanting already. We're going to get right in the mix of it. There we are. So this is pretty much where Barcelona fans start. Let's get right in it. Don't forget, like, follow, subscribe. If you are just seeing this live and you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to drop us a quick follow. It costs nothing and it's very, very much appreciated. Here we go. So we'll be trying to do fan interviews before and after the game. We're just going to try to soak up as much atmosphere here as possible. We've got this little character over here who's wearing Real Madrid. He is standing right in the middle. Spoke to him before. He's a Newcastle fan. Absolutely provocateur central. Look at that. Right in the mix. Right in the mix with all these Barcelona fans. Feel getting photos with him. Unbelievable. What a guy. What a guy. He did get warned by police. I thought that they got rid of him before when I walked back up to Monument. But obviously, he's allowed back in. Right, so we're going to go around the other side, and then we'll get right in the mix. Newcastle fans making their way to St James's Park in the droves. Stack was already packed before coming here. There was even a queue. So if you're looking to get into Stack, good luck. I don't think you're going to get in tonight, but you're already in there. And let's have a look. See all the flags up. Everyone that we've spoken to so far, dead friendly. Everyone speaks perfect English as well. I don't know if I'm just getting lucky with that or what. But let's have a look. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Police around, as you'd expect. Try and get a bit of a better vantage point. Ole, 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 ole. I think Jeff in the comments, definitely a Sunderland fan. Don't worry, we do cover Sunderland as well. We've got Newcastle chanting by some of the bands up here. Right, let's have a look. The Newcastle fans just in amongst it as well. Yeah. You too? Okay, score prediction. What do you think the score is going to be?
Barca 4-2 for Barca.
You are missing Lamal. That's a massive. You're missing Yamal. That's a massive miss for you guys. Still very confident without him.
Yes, I miss grada de animación. We want to enter to grada de animación, but Laporta doesn't want to us to enter.
Yeah, and then who is the Newcastle best player, do you think? Who are you most worried about?
I'm not really on. I don't know too much players of Newcastle, so I can answer this. I'm so sorry.
That's all right, no problem. Enjoy the game. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you guys. Enjoy the game. Guys, we're doing interviews. If you've got thoughts on the game, quick interview. English, good English.
Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah, Newcastle. So score prediction and things like that. Yeah.
I've already done it.
You've already done it. You did one before. Sorry. So score prediction.
0-3. Hat trick of Rafinha.
Yeah. Score prediction.
1-3.
I can't believe I nearly missed that. Right. Okay. So you're missing Yamal as well. Obviously, probably the best player in the world.
Yeah.
You still feel confident even without him, yeah?
Not probably.
Yeah.
The best.
Arguably, but yeah, I would agree.
Not
probably.
Pedri is better, and he's more key for us. I mean, he's not better, but he's playing better. So we got Pedri.
And then when you got Newcastle in the draw, what was your first kind of thoughts about that?
That we had to come here. I had never been here, and it's an amazing stadium, so glad to be here.
What have you heard about Newcastle and the stadium?
Huge atmosphere, great team. Well, you guys won PSG 4-0 2 years ago, so we need to be careful.
Yeah.
I've heard is the top 2 atmospheres in the UK.
Number one.
Number one.
That's pretty much what Newcastle are known for, the amazing fan base and stuff. Great atmosphere. The thing for you guys is you guys are pushed very much on the away end, so you're right at the top, so you have very little impact.
Are we?
It's sneaky what we do, yeah.
Okay.
But what is
We'll
true
need to go
is
to Stamford Bridge then.
one of my colleagues was from close by, and she always said the people in the north are really nice.
Yeah, nice, friendly. Well, this is one of the things. If you look over the other side of Monument, you see a lot of Barcelona shirts and Newcastle shirts drinking together, very friendly. It's very nice.
We had a burger and a couple pints with locals. They were super friendly, so it's been great.
Good, that's what we like to see. So, who are you most worried about in a Newcastle shirt? And is there anyone you would like to see play for you guys in a Newcastle shirt?
Dígame un jugador, Jordi.
Bruno
Guimaraes.
Actually, Barca was interested in Bruno some time ago. So Bruno is a good player. And Isaac, but now you don't have Isaac anymore.
No Isaac anymore. I only knew Isaac.
Yeah. Dan Burn, yeah.
Dan Burn.
Well, we're speaking to a few of the fans before as well, and they said your kind of weak point is physicality. Apparently, you guys struggle against physical teams. No, that was Barcelona fans over there that said it.
Well, they don't know shit.
Because they said that thinking about Joelinton, thinking the battle against Joelinton in the midfield, even though midfield is apparently your best.
All history, we've been told that we don't have the physics, and remember Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, all these small players, the best.
Best team in the world at that stage.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Best team that has ever played football.
Yeah. Ever. And then with you guys,
Small.
And then how would you class yourself as progressing the tournament? Would you class yourself as the favourite, one of the favourites? Think you might get the semis? What do you think?
Who, us?
Yeah, you guys.
We are winning this year.
Yeah. Very confident. Yeah.
We already have flights pre-booked to Budapest.
It's number 6.
There we go.
Number 6.
And how do you see from the opponent view? How do you see Newcastle going in the Champions League? Obviously, Newcastle were here 2 years ago. We didn't make it out of the group. Very unlucky. How do you see our kind of?
Well, now with this new kind of setup, I think that making it to the knockout stage should be pretty easy for a team like Newcastle. So, and then it will depend. Last year it was crazy because you saw the classification, and number 1 you had Liverpool, but Real Madrid was, I don't know, 12 or 13.
Yeah, almost out.
PSG almost out, City almost out. So depends on what happens this year.
And then how do you think Newcastle will go in the Champions League as well? Where, if you had to put a prediction, where would you think that will like get?
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure that they are going to make it to the knockout stage.
Yeah. We've got a new striker up front. He's only played 1 match for Newcastle. It's
198, right? 198.
Huge, yeah.
Where from?
From Germany, yeah, Germany.
Stuttgart.
Do you know much about him? Are you worried about him? What do you think?
I don't know that much about football. I only know about Barca, you know.
Yeah. Yourself?
No, he's a good player. So let's see what happens.
There we go. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the seat. Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much. Cheers, guys. There we go. So Barcelona fans, very, very confident, as you would expect. They are a huge team, right? The police presence is obviously mounting up, so they must be ready to move these guys pretty much to St James's Park, I would guess. So let's have another little look. That's what it looks like it's going on. So what we'll do, rather than get out of here where we'll not get back in, is we'll just knock around this area and we'll try to go down in the belly of the beast. Let's have a look, some of the comments. Oh, we still got Jeff. Jeff's on a rampage. If you have come across this video as well and you're not following the channel, make sure you do just drop a quick follow. It's very, very much appreciated. We do struggle with YouTube. Obviously, we've got a massive following on Facebook. It's one of the things we have struggled with, trying to build up the YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind just dropping a quick follow or even sharing this video with someone who's heading to Newcastle and would want to see this as well. Whether you're a Newcastle fan or you just want to know what area to avoid or anything like that, if you do get intimidated by obviously crowds or whatever, you see some of the police mobilising now. So this looks like it could be on the move. I know we've only been live about 15 minutes. We did a massive one on Newcastle Supporters Worldwide, a half-an-hour video before. Everyone we spoke to is fantastic, celebratory. Everyone's in good spirits. Everyone's very, very friendly, and everyone is well aware that Newcastle is known for its amazing atmosphere, which is great to see, and obviously the very politeness of the people. Great to see.
Newcastle needs to improve a little bit on their away games.
Yeah.
I feel like St James Park is super strong, but
Away it's different.
away they struggle a little bit.
Does that worry you, the fact that you're playing Newcastle at home then?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
What was your score prediction?
I would say 2-1. 1-2 to Barca.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
I feel like generally the English teams tend to play like very fast, aggressive game. I don't think Newcastle will be an exception.
How do you guys cope? Because obviously you're favourites in almost every single game that you play. How does that kind of fare when you go into games like this in the Champions League against teams that you haven't really played against for a while?
For almost 30 years. To be honest, Barca has been going through a big transformation since all the big stars left. At least from a very humble opinion, each one of these teams is super hard, especially in England, like best league in the world by far. I don't think it's going to be an easy one at all.
It's interesting that you've said that England's the best team in the best league in the world and stuff. Obviously, some would say that the Spanish ones are, but you're convinced that the England. What makes England so great?
I mean, I think it's the competition in all the tiers of the league. But even on the top one, I would say
It's nonsense.
it's 8 teams playing super competitively, like Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Aston Villa, both Manchesters. Now Man U is playing really bad, but still. And the budget, like this guy here is, he knows a lot about finance in football, and he can tell you that the Premier League balance financially is really negative because there are not that many regulation around. So private equity firms can put a lot of money and some Saudis. Whereas in La Liga, you always have to compensate your signings versus what you make as a team.
And then who worries you today going into the game? Is there anyone that you think, oh, they could be trouble?
Does Tonali still play for Newcastle? Tonali, and you have a great squad. I already said Guimaraes, Anthony Gordon. He's unreal.
Very fast.
Unreal.
He's an unknown for us as well because we've only seen him one game. So
I mean, he was 90 million pounds, so
Yeah, he's a lot of money.
I'm sure he's going to be good. He has to be good.
He scored already in the.
yes, yeah.
He's
only played one
like
game.
5 meters tall, so.
Yeah, and our tallest player is what 180. I mean, it's in.
I think this
Less
might
than
be.
6
They do
foot.
feet, so they probably won't get what we're saying.
I think this might be Newcastle's new strategy. We've obviously got very pacey wingers, and then we've got a big guy at the top, so it might be a case of getting down the wing and then lobbing it in. That's how we scored.
I guess my expectation is like we're gonna have the ball, you're gonna be closed down in your own half, and you're gonna go for counters, and then hopefully get corners as well, or like long free kicks.
What's
But-
that right back? The one that used to play for Atletico.
Trippier.
Trippier.
Yeah.
Still playing.
He's getting older now, but he's still playing. Yeah.
But Livramento is the starting right back, I think.
future, yeah,
Is he their
really,
starting right back or?
They take it in turns a little bit. They rotate
Okay.
a little bit.
Trippier's unreal, I think.
Yeah.
His crosses are really good.
Who's gonna play? The Ramsdale? Didn't you sign him this year?
No, I think we've signed him and he hasn't played. I think it's Nick Pope that's going to be playing.
Yeah.
This is the first Champions League game, so I don't know. Maybe if there might be some rotation and stuff, but it seems probably Pope, I would say.
And what about the guy with the betting addiction?
Which one? Oh, Tonali. Yeah. I would say he's our best player. A lot of fans would say
Your
Bruno,
best player.
Jolin, but Tonali's just
Bruno's
class.
great though, huh?
Yeah, there's not much in it, but Tonali is just different sauce.
Yeah? But they're both CDMs, right?
Yeah, that's probably Newcastle's best position on the park. We've just
Yeah.
got three phenomenal, almost world class.
And how are the new signings? How's Elenga, for example?
Alanga, he's played, dipped in and out. He hasn't been playing all the time. The new striker's only played one game. We haven't seen Thor, the German defender. We haven't really seen him, but he's promising.
Yeah.
The thing that we've got is Dan Burn and Shaw are fantastic, and I think it's a case of you don't really want to drop them.
fair.
Eddie Howe has quite a few headaches.
It's good though. Newcastle's not had headaches in a long time. Normally
fair
the
enough.
first 11 picked itself, but now we do have some good options.
Fair enough.
That's amazing.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Appreciate
no.
that. Cheers, guys. There we go. So we're still here. We haven't been prompted to move just yet. I don't think they're letting any more Newcastle fans. We'll find out in a second. Sean is not a Newcastle fan there. Let me through. Yeah. I think he might have a reservation. We got restaurants. Hey. Barcelona?
Yeah, Barcelona. I live in Barcelona because 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. I live in Barca.
What's your score prediction? How do you think the match is going to go today?
Yeah, maybe 2-0 Barca.
Yeah. Goal scorers?
2-0 Barca today.
Yeah. Who's going to score?
Yeah, Rafinha.
He's scary good, Rafinha. Yeah.
I'm sure Barca today 2-0 finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is there anyone that you're worried about from Newcastle or someone from Newcastle that you would like to have at Barcelona?
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any player, any Newcastle player that you like?
Yeah. Barcelona maybe 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, finish. Yeah.
Thank you very much, then, guys. Appreciate that. Okay, that's the first one that we were struggling with. But here we go. I think we're going to get moved in a second. And then it's not far. Anyone who's watching this, maybe from outside of the northeast, the St James's Park is literally up there and up. You've got a 3-minute walk. Stack was absolutely packed going into this as well. So if you are looking to go into Stack, you've got no chance, I would say. All of the bars around busy. Stack was, not Stack, what's the other one? Shark Bar was crazy busy. The ones around Leeds is very, very busy. And then if you are following this earlier, there's bars over the other side of here. We're both full of Barcelona fans and Newcastle fans drinking together in a very great, friendly atmosphere. Still kicking on. It's a little bit of litter. We did see some of it in the comments. People were asking about the litter, so let's have a look. There is quite a bit. I'm not 100% sure what the bin situation is like here, in fairness. So I don't know if there is like loads of bins for them. Or if they're going to take it away in bags, who knows. But not the tiniest. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of the questions. Yeah, hello to a few of you. Yeah, thank you very much. All right, let's jump out. Let's see. I think we'll be fine. Sorry about that. Try to get some of the atmosphere. So we've got Newcastle fans walking all the way up now. Starting to get busy on the way up to St James's Park. If you're a Newcastle fan, if you were on our earlier live, which was on Newcastle Supporters Worldwide, the Facebook group, that's very popular. We got about, I think we just reached 104, 105,000 followers on that. We did a live with that about 15 minutes ago where we had a look around the stadium and it was packed, loads of people heading up, and that was an hour ago, literally an hour ago now. And it just has not quietened, it's just got busier and busier. I've never seen a match get so busy so early. I think a lot of people must have been rushing straight from work to come straight out. Like I say, if you are new to the channel, drop a follow. We'll be trying to speak to some fans after the match to get some post-match reaction, as we always try to do. See if the guy's here in a Real Madrid shirt. In case you're just new, there was a guy here, very provocative, wearing a Real Madrid shirt, right in amongst the Barca. This is where he was standing, so it looks like he has been cleared off a little bit. Very, very tame and friendly, this, compared to the PSG and the Borussia Dortmund ones that we've done previously, which is good to see. A lot of half and half shirts, obviously, just to commemorate the occasion. Score predictions below, what are we thinking? Was that bloke peeing up the wall? I totally missed that, I have no idea. Got no idea. I wouldn't imagine anyone would be doing that because the police are right around everywhere. So the fact that there would be toilets, a little advert for them. But there's a Korean, I think it is, restaurant, Maki and Ramen, been in before, very nice. You got Wagamama's and you got Nando's, so there's a load of toilets around, so I wouldn't imagine so. All the Barcelona fans, very, very confident that we're speaking to. Never had any predictions for a Newcastle win from the Barcelona side. Right, let's try to speak to some of the Newcastle fans over there. Obviously, a lot of different people on the shirt as well. Guys, Newcastle fans, thoughts on the game? No? No, no worries.
Definitely not. Sorry.
Not confident? Not confident? No. Oh, he's confident. He says he's confident. All right, let's see who we can speak. Let's try to get some Newcastle fans' thoughts. Let's have a look. This is live. The first time we've gone live on YouTube in a long time, so we need to be very careful for swearing and stuff, so I need to try to find people who look like they're not going to swear or have too controversial opinions. We would have to do all of that pre-recording to put it live, just in case. What would you prefer to see? People in the comments, would you prefer to see another Barcelona interview or a Newcastle one? Yep.
Can I see something down
You
the mic?
can.
Fuck them.
Fine. Oh, idiot. Ugh. And that's why we don't go live very often. That's why I kept a hold of the camera as well, yeah. Let's have a look. Who can we get? We'll try to get some Newcastle fans. Who would give their thoughts, do we think? Dan Burn to get on the score sheet, yeah, I think so. One of the Barcelona fan interviews that we did beforehand, they did worry about the physicality, even though another one said it's not the case. The defenders seem not that physical. They don't seem very confident in the physicalness of the Barcelona defenders. Obviously, we've got a big German lad up top now, so it should be possibly a little bit of a mismatch. Hopefully that we can take advantage on. Let's calm down a little bit. People in Newcastle are going to have to get familiar with this again because this is going to happen every other couple of weeks and stuff with the Champions League football. There are going to be certain street closures in Newcastle. The street around Monument, I think it's called Blackett Street. I might be totally wrong with that. But I'm sure that was closed between 5 and 6 to allow the flow of these to come through. That'll be normal on Champions League home games where that does happen. Right. Okay. Newcastle fans going right in amongst. This would never have happened in the PSG match, where it was very, very hostile and all that. Right in the mix with his Newcastle shirt on and his Newcastle shirt on. Hello. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so it has calmed down a little bit. It's the calm before the storm. If they're like this during the match, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Keep the atmosphere down. Right, let's head out a little bit. Right, let's have a look at the comments. How confident are we? 3-2 Newcastle, 2-2, 3-0 from the German. It'd be very, very interesting to see how Voldemort starts here. Second game, thrown right in against Barcelona, one of the biggest teams in the world. How will he do? How will he fare? Team sheets announced as well soon. You still have to let me know because I'm live. I'll not be able to switch over. Let us know who you think will start. Will it kind of be the same team as what we've seen at the weekend, or will there be a load of changes? Will he be doing some rotation, letting maybe Ramsdale have some minutes, Thiago, the defender? Will Alanga start? Will Gordon come back in? Someone said he might not start. I think he has to start, really. If Vissa's injured, he kind of has to start the German lad up top, surely. There we are. Now they're going back. Yeah, they're chatting. Might not get picked up on camera. Gordon will play up top. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I'm personally not a fan of Gordon up top. I know he did fantastic during the under-21s, but every time I've seen him play for Newcastle up top, I don't think he has that danger. He's obviously got the pace, which can create the opportunities and stuff, but I just don't think he looks like an out-and-out goal scorer when he plays up top, personally. I think definitely keep him to his strongest position, which is on the left. Right, we've got loads of people coming up. We'll give it another 5-10 here. We'll try to move up with the Barcelona fans. And then we'll have a look around the atmosphere. Guys, Newcastle fans, thoughts on the game prediction and stuff? Got a minute?
Yeah.
Right, okay, we've spoken to loads of Barcelona fans. You're the first Newcastle fan. No swearing if you can. So, score prediction, how confident are you going into the first Champions League game in a long time for Newcastle?
Fairly confident. Look, like a weird feeling about this. I reckon 2-1 to us.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start strong. Like Waldemar's going to probably get the first goal, and then Rafinha, that's mine for the second one.
Yeah.
But we're going to get Joelinton 2-1.
Joelinton?
Yeah.
I'm interrupting your Greg's here. Proper northeast photo, this one. What do you reckon here?
3-1 to Newcastle.
3-1 Newcastle.
Tonali's going to smash one in.
Yeah.
Voldemort, I'd like to think he'd score his second one. Bruno will bring it home.
The German lad, he's the question mark for Newcastle. He's obviously 1-1, so his confidence should be sky high. How do you think he's going to fare against, obviously, the Barcelona well-drilled defence and stuff like that?
I think he'll be fine. As soon as he gets in there, as soon as the stadium starts roaring, there'll be no stress whatsoever. He'll be absolutely fine.
Is there any surprises you'd like to see with the team sheets as well? Because obviously we've had a few people that haven't gotten minutes yet. You've got Ramsdale, who doesn't look like he might. You've got Thau, the defender. You've got Alanga, who hasn't really been starting maybe as many minutes as people would have thought.
I hope Alanga starts.
Yeah.
It's something to prove. You start strong, see how he does, and then maybe I reckon he might get an assist actually, Alanga. So he might get one in there. But yeah.
I feel like bring Alanga on later. Start Murphy. Murphy kills it every single time.
Yeah.
Murphy's been doing so well. He did so well last season when he's been on for what was the last game that we played?
What, Wolves?
Wolves. He did incredible for
Got the
Wolves.
assist.
Yep, 100%. Like Murphy all the way. 4-1. 4-1. Murphy's banging in a goal as well.
If I ask you for your head rather than your heart, how do you see the Champions League run going for Newcastle? Obviously, it could have went anywhere the last couple of years ago. We nearly got through and everything.
I think we'll surprise some people. I think we will do all right. I think it just depends on our away games. Obviously, we perform when we play away. We have a history of not really performing that well, but I'm hopeful that we'll pull through.
Do we need a result today, or is it just a bonus if we get it? How do you see it?
I'd like a good result. 28 years from the Tino game. It'd be good to sort of like repeat history. It'd be incredible if Voldemort could whack in a hat trick. That'd be really good. But we'll see what happens.
This is the first. We missed the Wolves game, so this is kind of the first interviews that we're doing after the transfer window. How would you kind of sum up the transfer window? Obviously, the whole Isak saga. No one wanted to see that, but in terms of incomings and outgoings, and just generally,
started off rough. I think it ended pretty smoothly. I'm happy with all the transfers that we got in. Yeah, I think we've got some good players in now.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. Wasn't that optimistic about with the start of it, about all that rejections, all those players that didn't want us. Obviously with Isak was a big blow to us, but I feel like we've had time to mourn him, time to get him out, and the bounce back we've had, especially with the signings like Elanga, Jake Ramsey, Wissa as well. Obviously that whole saga, but we've got obviously Voldemort, which was a surprise to all of us. But I feel like he's exactly that kind of hole to fill. Obviously Isak, he's got a big shout though. But I reckon even now he's already shown more dedication to the club from his first game. So hopefully he'll do good. But I'm confident. I'm happy with that window.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that did come out of the Isak kind of dark cloud and stuff is the fact that now we're going into this Champions League with a lot of better quality on the bench. Last tournament, it almost picked itself to start in 11. Now we've got great defenders to come on, midfielders, attackers, all this different stuff. How does that feel?
Pretty good.
If there are injuries, because obviously injuries really curtailed with Champions League last time.
Exactly what happened last time. Just hope whoever stays injured now is still injured, and then nothing happens in the future. But the group stage, I prefer it than the previous ones it has been. I feel like it benefits us more with the different variety of teams. So hopefully no one gets injured just yet, but optimistic still. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Just for your time. Appreciate that. There we go. So it's a Newcastle side of it. And the Barcelona lot are still here, still not being moved. It seemed like the police presence, which I'll just try to zoom in a little bit on, was getting massive over that side. So I thought they were ready to move. Oh, there we go. They're really cordoned in now. So again, this looks like we could be ready to move at any time. Again, if you're not following already, if you've just come across this because it's a live video, make sure you drop us a follow. We do try to get to every single home and do pre and post match interviews, as well as loads of different news and stuff from the northeast as well. So this is the presence as well. If you're just joining us, we'll try to get around the other side. I don't think we're going to get in to the Barcelona side. So what we might do is we might just walk up with the fans to St James's Park and get a little bit of that atmosphere. Obviously you can see a lot more people making their way up. If you just joined us as well, let us know your score prediction. How confident are you? Let us know what your heart says and your head. First Champions League game in a while, 2 seasons. Against a giant of world football. Yeah. Right, let's head up. We've got the bagpipes going. And a Newcastle shirt. Why not? So let's have a look. We can see some police presence already. I'll try to zoom it in a little bit, because I'm aware that my eyes will be able to pick up a little bit more than what the camera necessarily will. We've got police coming this side of it as well. So if you do go back, if you get a spare hour or whatever, the PSG video that we did, it probably is, I think it is the most popular video we've ever had on the channel. Where they all kind of went up, absolutely fantastic atmosphere, a little bit of trouble bottles thrown and stuff like that. That is not looking like it's the case this side. Very friendly atmosphere. Barcelona fans very respectful, Newcastle fans very friendly. nothing that I've seen in there suggests, no matter what the scoreline, that there'll be any sort of trouble. So we've got police kind of knocking all around on every sort of street corner. They will get marched from inside there where we've just been through, up here, or potentially up there, and up to and up to St James's Park. They've come in their numbers. They've not all come in the big group. There are little pockets knocking around left, right, and centre. As you can see here, here's two making their way. Another one by himself. Another one by himself. This is not a hostile reception. This is not a hostile atmosphere. Very friendly, very welcoming, and it is great to see, especially when you see some of the other European clubs where there's trouble almost every single game. This is what we like to see. So Newcastle fans just kind of loitering around. I'm presuming just waiting for them going up. Maybe to give them some stick. Hopefully not. But yeah, the police presence is obviously here just in case. As you'd expect. Obviously, we've covered a lot of different stuff. We've covered a lot of the hotel protest recently, and the police presence by Northumbria Police have been fantastic every single week. Got to tip your hat a little bit. And then this is the way up from Newcastle Centre to St James's Park. For anyone who's watching this who's maybe not been to St James's Park before or from Newcastle. We are still an hour and 13 minutes away from kickoff. Excuse me, do you know what time that the fans are going to be coming up this way just to get it on footage?
Fairly soon.
Fairly soon.
Their flags
Yeah, I thought so. Yes. There we go. So they're coming up fairly soon. That was police saying they're just packing their flags up. So this should be a good little view here. So there we are. This road was closed between 5 and 6 o'clock. If you're just tuning in live and you maybe live in Newcastle or new to Newcastle, this is going to happen on almost every single Champions League game that is a home fixture for Newcastle, where there will be certain road closures. It happened a few times a couple of years ago where there was quite a few road closures. A little bit of trouble, and like I say, it does not seem to be any bother this year. Gordon and Olanga start. Oh yeah, if you could let us know the team sheets, because I am literally live. I can't flick this over. I might knock the live off. If you can let us know the team sheets. I would imagine Nick Pope will be starting. I think Trippier might start because of the Atletico. Oh, let's move down a little bit. We are seeing that's a little bit of movement or provocation by some of the Newcastle. Hopefully not. Sesko must be crying, not the same for New. Yeah. Oh. Oh no, it's just moving. I thought there was trouble. No, they're just moving. Yeah, we go. Here we go. And we're on the move. Got horse. Look, as you'd expect, they've got the police horses. Here we go. That poor guy with his bagpipes. You're not going to hear him. The Newcastle fans over here, Barcelona fans over here. No police divide, no concern from the police. What can you say? Oh, we've got some taunting. Yeah. Yeah, we got some provocation. That's from the Newcastle fans. If I'm being neutral, just saying what I see, that's a Newcastle fan there being provocative to the Barcelona fan. I've ended up in the Barcelona lot. He's still going for each of them. Bit of handbags, I think. Bit of handbags. Probably shouldn't be in here. Got a flare let off. Don't know if it can come across on camera, but the purple kind of colour, that's the right colour from Barca. Catchy songs. There they are, the Geordie welcome. Look. How have I ended up in here? Bobby Robson, my eye. Yeah, Barcelona chanting for Bobby Robson as well. Very lovely. We've seen on the live on the Newcastle Supporters Worldwide when we went live a little bit earlier. There was a half and half flag on this Bobby Robson statue. Right outside St James. It was fantastic to see. Yeah, look at this. So if you did watch the video that we had of PSG, huge police presence, very limited here. Walking up, 100 to 1 police. They're not expecting a lot of trouble. They're not seeing a lot of trouble. Otherwise, this would be very, very split a lot more. Very, very friendly. Don't forget, if you're watching this, like, follow, subscribe. We are just a little local channel. Every follow rather, is huge. We do struggle with with YouTube. There's Newcastle fans sitting in the restaurant having their pre-match fight beforehand. Oh, we've stopped. Just switching hands. Hold on 2 seconds. Apologies for the camera work here. There we go. Right, so where are we going? We're going up. Not going this way. We're going round the back. There we are. Police horses around. Very well policed. Don't speak Spanish, but I'm sure that's anti-Real Madrid songs there. I'm sure that's what that was. Got the Newcastle bars full. Great to see. Even in the top floors. Fantastic. Bit more police presence now as we walk a little bit closer to St James's Park. Oh, you're giving them a scarf? The Geordie's trying to give the Barca the scarf, trading scarves. Hurry up, man. If we somehow have anyone from Barcelona watching that, how weird, man, pet. Might not understand that. Love it. Mate, thank you for the share with the atmosphere for the game. I'm from Paris. Yeah, just reading some of the comments now. Put it in landscape. If we do that, it might botch it up. We'll try to keep it in this way. starting this way. Whenever we have tried to move it over in the past, there has been issues. So we'll keep it this way. Apologies for anyone that prefers it the other way. Top of St James, as you can see there. This is where all of these fans are going to be. Speaking of some of them, they didn't know where the away end was. It is right up there in the gods, where you have no impact on the game hardly. Let's have a look. Let's go over here and we'll try to get some more footage. We're out of the abyss. Let's get to the front. In fact, let's try it. Oh no, it says rotate back. Got a message on the screen saying rotate back. Sit for us. Right, it should be back. English. Yeah, sí.
Please, thank you. Keep moving.
I mean español. I'm español. That must be from the Newcastle club. We've got St James's Park right up here for anyone that hasn't. I see Gordon and Alanga start. Yeah, I did predict that actually personally beforehand. Pace that they're going to have. Northeast updates. Northeast updates.
Where are you from?
From Newcastle.
You're from here?
Yeah, Newcastle, yeah.
And you are doing this?
We love it. We love to welcome guests from all over. It's fantastic to see. It's lovely. Great fans. We spoke to some of the fans beforehand. Everyone's very friendly. Everyone's great atmosphere. It's lovely to see.
It's okay, it's okay. And Newcastle is never a problem.
No.
Even if you come with Ajax Amsterdam here, also not.
Yeah. It's good to see because you see some London clubs and there's always trouble. It always baffles us why. It's only football. Be passionate and respect each other.
We have a problem in Manchester, we have a problem in Birmingham, a problem in London.
Yeah.
And over here, you can drink beer.
Yeah, of course you can, with each other, which is great. Enjoy. There we are. So another one who's echoing that. That was a Dutch guy who's saying there was trouble in Manchester, trouble in London and some other places. Comes to Newcastle and he said there's never any trouble. Touch of respect to Newcastle. Tip of the hat. Makes you proud to be Geordie, which is great to see. More police knocking around every single corner. Just in case, it only takes one idiot to maybe spark something. Do have to prepare for that. Well done, Northumbria Police, yet again. I know it's obviously not very fashionable with some to say the police are great and stuff, but every video we've done recently, they've been fantastic with. Got Newcastle fans all around. And then here we are, best stadium in the world. Let's have a look at some of the comments. There's definitely trouble after the game. Nah, well, we don't know, but I highly doubt it from this. If it's a 4-1 PSG style result, who knows, but we'll be trying to speak to them after the match anyway, like we always do. Spoke to some of the ultras, the PSG ultras last time. Had to stop filming because it was too dangerous. The camera person that I was with asked to stop and move away because there were hooded men knocking around, intimidating. Doesn't seem like it's going to be here. You never know though. But there, beers in hand, knocking around. Great to see. Couple of masked individuals, but other than that, everyone's great to see. Oh yeah, he's conducting. We've got someone from Newcastle Club.
Can you go back to the grass for me, please? Thank you.
He's saying that. I'll go back in a sec. It's all right. I'm presuming he's from the club, just trying to protect everyone and stuff. Fair enough, but gotta get the good content. Right, here we go. Let's have a look. See you in the next one. Don't forget, like, follow, subscribe.